My fiancé said, "My astrologer says our stars don't align and I should reconsider." I replied, "One must heed the stars." Then I sent a thank you note to the astrologer with a generous gift, thanking him for saving me. Her reaction when he called her to share the good news: I, 30 male, was engaged to Natalie, 28, for 8 months. Together for 3 years total. Wedding planned for next spring. Deposits paid, venue booked, the whole deal. Natalie got into astrology about a year ago. Started small. Daily horoscope apps, moon phases, birth charts. I didn't mind. Everyone needs hobbies. She'd read me my horoscope over breakfast, talk about Mercury retrograde, harmless stuff. Then she found cosmic wisdom with Gautam, this astrologer with 50K Instagram followers who did soul path readings for $300 a pop. She booked a session for her birthday. Whatever makes her happy, right? After that session, she was obsessed. Bought crystals, sage bundles, started timing major decisions around planetary alignments, spent another $500 on a relationship compatibility deep dive that apparently required both our birth times down to the minute. My mom had to dig through baby books to find mine. 2 weeks ago, Natalie came home from her monthly session looking serious. "We need to talk about the wedding." My stomach dropped. What about it? Gautam did our composite chart, our stars. They don't align well for marriage. What does that mean? She pulled out these printed charts covered in symbols. See, your Mars squares my Venus. My Saturn opposes your moon. We have challenging aspects that suggest fundamental incompatibility. I stared at the papers. Nat, we've been together 3 years. We're compatible. That's what I thought too. But Gautam says these aspects can lie dormant until activated by major commitments. Marriage would trigger all our karmic challenges. So what are you saying? I think we should postpone. Maybe reconsider entirely. I need to think about what the universe is telling me. I sat there looking at this woman I loved, who was ready to throw away our relationship because some guy on Instagram said our planets were fighting. If that's what you believe, then yes, one must heed the stars. She looked relieved. You understand. I knew you would. This isn't about us, it's about cosmic timing. Totally understand. Take all the time you need. That night, while she was at her friend's place processing, I did some research on cosmic wisdom with Gautam. Very enlightening. Found his Venmo, PayPal, even his Yelp page. Yes, astrologers have Yelp apparently. I crafted a message. Gautam, thank you for your recent reading for Natalie, last name. Your insights about our incompatibility saved me from what clearly would have been a cosmic mistake. As a token of gratitude, please accept this donation to your practice. The universe works in mysterious ways. Wayne sent $1,000 via PayPal with the message. Way more than his usual fee. Then I waited. Update 1. Gautam called Natalie immediately. She was at work when it happened, but her coworker Jess filled me in later. Jess and I are cool. She thinks the astrology thing is BS too. Apparently Natalie's phone rang during a meeting. She declined it. It rang again and again. Finally she stepped out, came back 20 minutes later, white as a sheet. Everything okay? Jess asked. Gautam got a thank you payment from Wayne, $1,000, for saving him from a cosmic mistake. Wow, Wayne took it well. Too well. Why would he thank the person who broke us up? Maybe he's processing in his own way. Natalie didn't buy it. She called me immediately. Why did you pay Gautam? To thank him. He opened my eyes. To what? To the fact that you'd rather trust a stranger's interpretation of planets than 3 years of actual relationship. Very illuminating. I was trying to save us from future pain. Mission accomplished. She hung up. Then the text started. You're being petty. This is manipulation. You don't understand spiritual guidance. Gautam says you're trying to influence the reading with money. That last one made me laugh. Influence the reading? The reading was already done. I just thanked him for it. But here's where it gets interesting. Gautam, probably feeling guilty about the grand, called Natalie again that evening, offered a reconciliation reading for free, said the universe might have paths they hadn't explored. Suddenly, the stars weren't so fixed. Funny how that works. Natalie showed up at my apartment at 10 p.m. Gautam says there might be remedies, rituals we can do, stones we can wear. I thought we were cosmically incompatible. That was before. He looked deeper. There are ways around challenging aspects. How convenient. What changed between this morning and now? He meditated on our connection. Sometimes initial readings can be incomplete. I almost felt bad for her. Almost. Nat, do you hear yourself? This morning we were doomed. Now that money's involved, suddenly there's hope? You're twisting things. The money has nothing to do with it. Then give me one reason that doesn't involve planets why we shouldn't get married. Silence. Long silence. The stars. One real reason. She couldn't, because there wasn't one. Unless I should go, she said finally. I need to meditate on this. She left, but I wasn't done digging. Something felt off beyond just the astrology nonsense. Why was she so eager to find an out? So I did what any suspicious person would do. I checked our shared Netflix account history. Update 2, Netflix history revealed interesting patterns. Shows I'd never heard of watched at weird hours. Documentary about polyamory in the modern age. Series called Love Without Labels. All watched while I was at work or sleeping. Then I checked her Instagram following. New additions in the past 2 months, several lifestyle coaches and relationship anarchists. One name stood out, Xander Moon. Life coach, specializes in conscious uncoupling and ethical non-monogamy. His latest post? A selfie from a familiar coffee shop. Same one Natalie goes to every Wednesday for writing time. I'm not proud of what I did next, but I needed to know. Wednesday came, I called in sick to work, parked across from the coffee shop at 2 p.m. Sure enough, Natalie's car pulled up at 2:15. 2:20. Xander Moon walked in. They sat together for 2 hours. Lots of leaning in, hand-touching. At one point she was crying. He was comforting her. Very comforting. I took photos, not for revenge, for clarity. That evening, Natalie texted, Gautam wants to do an emergency session. He says the universe is sending mixed signals about us. Can we talk after? I agreed. But first, I had my own session to book. I messaged Xander Moon. Hi, I'm interested in your conscious uncoupling services. My fiancée and I are having doubts. She mentioned you helped her friend navigate similar issues. Can we meet? He responded quickly. Absolutely. I have availability Friday at 3. First consultation is free for referrals. What's your friend's name? Natalie. She speaks highly of your Wednesday sessions. Long pause. Then, I don't have a client named Natalie. My mistake. Must be thinking of someone else. See you Friday. He canceled an hour later. Schedule conflict arose. Interesting. Natalie came over after her emergency session with Gautam looking hopeful. He found a solution. If we perform a binding ritual during the next new moon and you wear Moldavite, it could harmonize our aspects. How much does this ritual cost? It's not about money. How much? $1,500, but that includes the stones and a follow-up reading. I pulled out my phone, showed her the coffee shop photos. Speaking of readings, what's your read on this? Her face went through several emotions: surprise, anger, defiance, finally settling on indignation. You followed me. You're deflecting. Xander is a friend. He's helping me process. Process what? Your convenient astrological incompatibility? It's not like that. We just talk. About conscious uncoupling, ethical, non-monogamy. She went pale. You went through my Netflix? It's a shared account. Hard to miss Love Without Labels in the continue watching section. I was curious. That doesn't mean... Nat. Stop. Just stop. Tell me the truth. Do you want to marry me or not? She broke down. Not sad tears. Frustrated tears. I don't know. Okay? I don't know. Everything was moving so fast, and then I met Xander at Serena's party, and he opened my mind to different relationship styles, and I started questioning everything. So you used astrology as an out? Gautam's reading was real. The incompatibilities are real. But somehow solvable for $1,500? You're making it sound calculated. Wasn't it? She grabbed her purse to leave. I need space to think. Take all the space you need, but just so we're clear, we're done. The wedding's off. You can't just... I can and I am. The stars have spoken, remember? She slammed the door. I thought that was the end. I was wrong. Update 3. After I officially called off the wedding, Natalie went into damage control mode. Posted on social media about growing apart and mutual decisions. Very zen. Very mature. Until the bills started coming. See, in her mind, we were just postponing. She kept booking wedding stuff, upgraded the flowers, added a cocktail hour, booked a honeymoon suite in Bali, all on my credit card that she still had access to for wedding expenses. $8,000 in new charges. After we'd broken up, I disputed everything. Sent the credit card company our text exchanges where she acknowledged the wedding was off. They reversed the charges. Vendors came after her for deposits. That's when she lost it. "You're sabotaging our future," she screamed over the phone. "What future? You ended it with star charts." I was confused. Xander says confusion is part of growth. Then grow with your own credit card. She tried another angle. Showed up with Gautam. Yes, the astrologer came to my apartment. Full spiritual advisor costume, flowing shirt, prayer beads, the works. "Wayne," he said solemnly, "I've consulted the divine consciousness. Your generous donation created a karmic link. The universe wants to reward your faith." My faith in what? In cosmic wisdom. Natalie's path led her to doubt, but your acceptance shows spiritual maturity. The stars now favor reconciliation. I looked at Natalie. "You brought your astrologer to convince me to take you back?" He insisted on coming. "The charts." "Gautam," I interrupted. "Quick question. What changed in the stars between 2 weeks ago and now?" He launched into explanations about planetary movements, retrograde endings, cosmic shifts, word soup designed to confuse. Interesting. And this has nothing to do with Natalie being stuck with $8,000 in wedding bills? Silence. Or the fact that she probably promised you a cut of the wedding budget for spiritual services? Gautam's face went red. "You're questioning my integrity?" "I'm questioning why the universe suddenly wants us together after I cut off the money." He left in a huff. Natalie stayed, trying one more plea. "Wayne, please. I made mistakes, but I love you." "Do you? Or do you love the lifestyle I provided while you figured out if monogamy suited you? That's not fair. Neither is using fake incompatibility to buy time while you explore options with Xander. Nothing happened with Xander. Yet, but you were building to it. The documentaries, the books, the coffee dates, you wanted permission to cheat with cosmic approval. She broke down, real tears this time. "I got scared, okay? The wedding felt so final. Xander made me think I was limiting myself. Gautam gave me an out that wasn't my fault. I'm sorry." "I believe you are. Sorry it didn't work out how you planned." She left. But the story doesn't end there. Because Gautam, apparently feeling his reputation was damaged, decided to spill tea on his Instagram. Final update. Gautam posted a client horror story on his Instagram. Didn't name names, but details were obvious. When clients use spiritual guidance for manipulation, had someone recently commissioned incompatibility reading to avoid commitment. Then got upset when partner accepted the guidance gracefully. Money can't buy authentic cosmic wisdom, spiritual bypass astrology ethics. His followers ate it up. Comments poured in about similar experiences. The post went mini viral in astrology circles. Natalie was mortified. Her entire friend group followed Gautam. Everyone knew it was about her. She tried damage control, but how do you argue with your own spiritual advisor? Then Xander, seeing the drama, distanced himself publicly. Posted about authentic connections and honest communication in conscious relationships. Blocked Natalie on everything. The wedding vendors, still trying to collect deposits, saw Gautam's post. Started commenting about clients who use spirituality to commit fraud. Tagged local wedding groups. Natalie's reputation in the wedding industry was toast. But the real karma came from an unexpected source. Remember that $1,000 I sent Gautam? Turns out, accepting large donations in exchange for specific readings violates some ethical guidelines in his professional astrology association. Yeah, that's a thing. Someone reported him, wasn't me, probably a competitor. He got suspended pending review. He blamed Natalie for compromising his integrity. Posted another story, lesson learned, never let clients dictate readings no matter the incentive, integrity over income, taking a break to realign with my purpose. Natalie texted me, "Are you happy now? You've ruined everything." I didn't ruin anything. I thanked a man for his service. Everything else was just stars aligning. This isn't funny. Gautam won't see me anymore. Xander thinks I'm toxic. The wedding vendors are harassing me. My friends think I'm a fraud. According to your birth chart, this was probably inevitable. I hate you. Mercury must be in retrograde. She blocked me. Finally. Epilogue. Last I heard through mutual friends, Natalie is dating someone new. A guy who doesn't believe in labels and thinks astrology is limiting. She posts a lot about authentic love and growing through chaos. Good for her. Gautam rebranded as a spiritual truth coach. Doesn't do compatibility readings anymore. Strictly personal growth. His follower count dropped by half, but he seems happier. Me? I'm engaged again. To Simone, a data analyst who thinks horoscopes are fun but wouldn't plan lunch around them, let alone a life. When I told her this story, she laughed so hard she cried. Wait, she really thought planets determined your compatibility? Dead serious. Cost me a wedding. Best $1,000 you ever spent then? She's right. Sometimes the universe does send signs. Like when your fiancé needs fictional incompatibility to avoid real commitment. That's not Mercury in retrograde. That's just someone showing you who they are. The stars didn't end our relationship. They just gave Natalie an excuse to show her true self. And for that, I really do owe Gautam thanks. Edit. Since people asked, yes, I got all my wedding deposits back. Vendors were understanding once they heard the full story. And no, I don't actually believe the stars had anything to do with this. But sometimes when someone insists on attributing everything to cosmic forces, the best response is to let those forces play out naturally.